set up where the camera is before. Okay, so we are going to set up sim controls. What am I forgetting? Oh yeah, that's right. I want to tape this because we're streaming, but I may very well go back and piece this together. So I've been setting up sim controls. Let's go to, I don't know what plane I want to be checking out when I set up my controls. Now, I guess I'll just walk through everything right from the start here, because I tried setting up sim controls a long time ago for my PS4 controller, and it just was too difficult to have all the different settings on that controller. What plane am I going to be using? One of these was in the sim, so let's go with this guy. I always like this plane. I don't know what this will be like taking off with him. I don't know if I have yet, but we'll check this out. Okay, so we'll switch this even though we're not there yet. So if you're new to a joystick like I am, just had this about a week or so. Wow, yeah, just a week tomorrow. And I was setting it up. I also like playing tanks and want to play with it, which that's probably something to get into later, how it works together with the Hotas, because it works, but I keep having problems with stuff. Like I can't launch artillery in tanks with my setup right now, and that'll probably, maybe it'll change here, because the way I set up, it seemed easier to do was I went to the realistic controls, and there's my setup there, which basically works pretty well with some problems. And the main problem, which is just kind of too tough to get over, is that you don't adjust your trim settings in this. And since you don't adjust your trim settings, if you've tried taking off and see that taking off is a huge problem, because you immediately start going to the left and try to compensate to go to the right. As soon as you take off, you're veering way to the left. Well, I knew that happened, and I didn't know why till today. I watched Mike Goes Boom video, and he it just so happens is just starting to do sim. He's been playing a long time, I don't know how long, but he's just starting to do sim also, and I just started about a week ago. So I've been out on test flights with this, and not setting the trim, I can compensate enough to make it work with most aircraft. But setting the trim will change that, and it opens up some other stuff too. So the way to go is definitely full wheel controls, but I'm actually glad I've been messing around in the realistic controls, because I kind of had to get some of the basics down on where to set them, and now we'll do the rest of it here in full real, because also my settings that I have that I went through on realistic are all still there, so I don't have to go back and do the control setup wizard, which, like, I have a lot to learn here. This isn't exactly an instructional tutorial. It's showing what I'm doing, and slowly at that. You might want to hit fast forward a lot. So this I all went through, and the J2 is a joystick, and the 2 I'm guessing is the right side, because I was separate. You can't see it like that, but I have the throttle control over here, which also has, oh yeah, let's get a little look at that. Well, yeah, you can kind of see there's 3 buttons on the side there. There's another one down low in the back, which, yeah, you can maybe kind of see. 2 more in the front with the rocker arm here. It's kind of dark. Which that I can't get set to anything. I don't know how to assign that. Also, my twist mode of the joystick, which I really think is cool and could use for looking around, I can't seem to do. That actually, I don't want to do for looking around. I think, at least I want to try it, have my look around from in the cabinet on the rocker arm, but I can't seem to set it up like that. We'll see if we can do that too. So I'll just go right to trim, because all my guns should be good. This I'm going to want to play with more for sure. I took my pitch and yaw sensitivity way down, and the roll sensitivity down a little bit, which helped, but maybe when I fix the trim, I can have it more, less sensitive. You don't overreact so much, but you give up a little control, so I'll get it wherever I'm set at and adjust it as I get better. My flaps and everything are where I want them. Camera control I got to do some work with. And if you haven't gotten to this point yet, all that I have set up already is going to the triangle button at the bottom there, Control Setup Wizard, and with your joystick you'll go through and set your yaw and assign it to the joystick. Knowing where you want your buttons first is probably helpful, or an idea of where you want them, and you just set up where you want your small caliber guns, your large caliber, and maybe I'll go through where mine are set up, but it'll just make things longer. And I don't have the light on this right now, so I won't do that now, but a lot of that, I think most people, it's pretty black and white, that like trigger finger for small guns, and then I'll add on, like I do the button to the right thumb is at L3, and trigger for bigger guns. I like using the button right in the center for the rockets, just because it's just how I picture rockets being launched from an aircraft. I don't know if that's accurate, but I like it. Okay, so the mouse saying, but here's our trimming. And this trim aircraft, I think that's a button so that I can trim aircraft in flight, but I want to set my trim and not do it in flight and reset trimming, so you can clear your settings in game, I guess. I don't know what the fixation is, but the trim axis, aileron, and rudders are what I need to assign. So where am I going to want to put these? Now, I already tried this once. Let's try it again. Go to my rudder, which I would like on my rocker. So, but you see, I hit the rocker and nothing. So I can't seem to assign the rocker to that. And this always used to like to be funny, but I press down both sticks for R3 and then R2, but I always had the cursor on there. Why am I not removing that? There we go. So shoot, where do I want to assign this? Well, twist would be good. I don't know if they'll let me do that though. Yeah, I already tried twist and rocker for that, which is where I want my rudder to be controlled. So I can't have my rudder controlled by a button. Oh, you know what? Shoot. Okay, well, yeah, because when I went through, I got to go back to the wizard. When, well, we will start this all over again. So even though what I have assigned is just about to go away, and I don't go, like, I always do custom controls. But I don't know what the advantage. Oh yeah, that's right. If I go to Thrustmaster, the Hotas 4, it just gives what they have, and I have to change them all because I don't like them. That's why I go to custom in the first place. So, custom, full control. I go to neither because oh, I'm flaking on his name. But it showed me Anyway, hit neither. Now let's go through this. Do our pitch. Oh, I did want to reassign my my view anyway. See if we can put the rocker for the view. And now the yaw. And that's rolls. I'll add it. Now my throttle, which I think now I can finally set this so that I have to push forward to web. So I'm not the same way. Anyway, all the way back. Okay, now this one I think is for jets. So what I do, I assign it down there and just get rid of it later. So small guns on the trigger, large, I like L3 trigger, Bombay doors. I don't even know the number for that one, but I like putting them on that. Oh yeah, and for some reason I can't press X when I do this one setting. I gotta go like that. Drop bomb, same place. Add, fire rockets, right there with no trigger. Reload guns. Why do I have 11 and 12 for reload guns? I think I just wanted something I wasn't going to be using, because, oh, you know what? That's I think what I'm going to do right here, right? Is that what it was? Now, gear, I'm doing different. I'm doing in the back. Air brake is here. Same with toggle flaps. Left target. Now, map I like here. Stats there. Chat there. General chat, I know I'm doing something wrong by overlapping it here, but I overlap it. And set up view controls. Yes, I would, please. Cockpit view, we're going to be in sim mode pretty much exclusively. When I go back to try to fly realistic, I don't like flying realistic with the joystick and third person view. I'm all over the place. And in order to use the PS4 controller, I might be able to reset my simplified or the mouse, I guess, settings. So maybe I still could have that set up at the same time. I hope so, actually. Now this, I don't know why I need a button for my default view. It's already set up, but let's do something I'm not going to accidentally do. Alright, this I want the rocker arm, right? Yes, and we want it this way. Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, son of a bitch! I'm starting over. I don't think my left caught. I think I was too slow on that. Son of a bitch. After just doing this, do I go back? That's going to screw up my view. Can I reset that later? I could probably adjust the settings inside of that, can I? I know I can't set rocker view that way. Damn it. I almost want to start over just to be safe. Because I'm going to go through setting the trim. Yeah, crap. I don't want to start that again. No, that means, well, I already pressed the wrong button there, so